Hey, when I'm walking back home, I got a funny story to tell y'all. It's about God and church, okay? So, like, when me and RJ was younger, we had to be like 7 to 11, like around that age. Possibly been younger, I don't remember. Well, anyway, I'm a North Mabee baby. That's where I grew up. So, for the folks who don't know what the North Mabee is, or it's a community center where I grew up my whole life. That's where I started playing basketball. So, a North Mabee baby is a person who grew up in the North Mabee Center since they was babies, and I'm one of them people. Me and RJ was young. My parents, they used to love to get rid of us because we were so active. We did a whole bunch of things. RJ was in baseball, t-ball. I was in ballet, pretty much every sport you could think of, we was in it. So, like the North Mabee will have like field trips. You can go camping, fish. Much a lot of things you can do as a child. You take a field trip on. Well, we used to go to this camp called Camp Party Hills in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. That's where I lived most of my life, because it's where my mom went to school. So we drive all the way to Tulsa every day. So we go all the way to Tulsa, drop RJ off at the Mabee Center every single day after school. It didn't matter. Every single day. Mind y'all, Tulsa and Tahlequah is an hour apart. The first year I went to Camp Party Hills, I didn't go with RJ. I think he was too young to go, or he just didn't want to go. Well, the second year we went, he came with me. I didn't know Camp Party Hills was a Christian camp. I did not know that. I don't think my mama knew that either. Her issue was just get them out. Any camp, because we love camp. We love camping. We love all this stuff. So it really didn't faze us. All our friends was going. Now, the Mabee Center is pretty much majority of North Tulsa. Now, North Tulsa would be considered the roughest part in Tulsa. Or you could just say it's where all the black people live, basically. So, all my hood friends was going. When we get there, whatever. Now, we've been there for a week. My road dog was Brittany White. That's all I hung with was Brittany White, because we was teammates. We played on the Jammers together. And we played on the Bulldogs together. Well, anyway, Brittany ends up getting into a fight with this white boy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why? The reason why she started swinging on the boy because he was talking mess to her sister. Now, I'm watching because I'm needing a few pointers. Like, whenever I get my first fight, this is what I need to do. And y'all, we are at a Christian camp. So I was not exposed to the Christian side of this camp. I always was with the north side. I was with North Mabee. I didn't grow up in the church. My family, they don't make us go to church. Not saying we don't believe in God, but we go to church when we want to go to church. It's your choice if you want to go to church. I never really got the exposure to, like, God and all that stuff. So then again, that's another reason why we didn't know this was a Christian camp. So Brittany fighting, I couldn't tell her to stop because I didn't know right from wrong. I knew you weren't supposed to be fighting, but if somebody talking about your sister, then you're supposed to give them the hands like she did. So God let her. Only 8, 9, 10 years old, so her fighting was nothing, and I was ecstatic to see this fight happen. Like, it's about to go down, Kevin Hart style. About the week that we was there, I mean, you know, black people, they hood. So when I really tell y'all that church was never at this camp, it was never at this camp. We did have, like, Bible study every night at this one little log outside cabin thing. I didn't go, or I didn't pay attention. I say I didn't go or pay attention is I went. I just never went to Bible study. I was always outside the little cabin area trying to get with other people who was doing everything but the Bible study session. Now, the last day come and everybody's supposed to dress up for church. You go to the church at the campsite. So, of course, I had some jean shorts and a nice shirt. And I mean, everybody else out here busting out dresses. Now looking like Sunday's best for 8, 9, 10-year-olds, and even the Northside kids. So I was like, damn, what the hell did I miss? I'm out here looking like a North Mabee baby on an everyday basis. So anyway, we get inside the church, and I'm sitting with Brittany and her sisters and the rest of our friends. Throughout the church, the preacher's telling us to pray and all this stuff. Well, at one point towards the end, he tells all of us to get on the ground and kneel. I said, so this kneeling, I'm like, what are we kneeling for? Like, I do not get this. So I'm kneeling, acting like I know what's going on and acting like I'm praying about something. 10 minutes into the kneeling of prayer, Brittany gets up and she's like crying. I mean crying. And her sisters get up too. They're like, Savannah, get up. We got to go to the bathroom. So I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with Brittany? What did does her knees hurt? Her knees was hurting from all that kneeling. And we young, so a little bitty pain like really hurt us. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this baby's knees are really hurting. The bathroom, y'all, and I mean, she's boo-hooing. I mean, boo freaking home. So I asked her sister, I'm like, what's wrong with Brittany? She responds back and she was like, she's okay, Van, she's just been touched. Touched? Y'all, I blew that bathroom up. And said, who touched Brittany? Who touched her? And I'm walking around the bathroom, I go over her, who touched you, Brittany? We shouldn't be coming back to this camp if you getting touched. That's wrong. Mom used to tell me all the time, don't ever let a grown person touch you. Brittany was touched. Outside, they trying to calm me down. I go outside and tell our camp counselor, hey, Brittany was touched. Somebody touched Brittany, and I don't know what to do. Sisters grab me, and they like, man, calm down. And I'm like, no, nobody grown here should be touching Brittany. And we're at church. Did they touch her while she was kneeling? Like, if she was kneeling and somebody touched her, I'm telling, and I'm going to find the people who's over this, or my mom will. Nobody should be touching her. Let me calm down, y'all. Y'all, come to find out, Brittany was touched by God. I didn't know. Learned my lesson then. If a little kid come up and tell me that they touched around the age I was, I just believe that they was touched by God. God touches you, you need to tell me. Don't tell me that you just been touched. Just tell me that God touched you. Don't tell me I've been touched. That ain't gonna work for me.